Hello! Well, it's afternoon on a Tuesday afternoon. You'll be watching this tomorrow, and it's lovely actually here today. But we've had some shocking weather. Misty, rainy, drizzly. Nothing worse for putting up a polytunnel base and doing cementing, and literally a lot of hard work and digging in the rain. But anyway, we got there, and I just thought I'd do this quick video intro just before I show you how we went about it. You know, we actually thought in our own minds that we'd have the polytunnel up by now. That didn't quite happen, but we have the base down, and so next week hopefully we'll have the polytunnel up and ready to go. Can't quite see the mountain over there, still a bit under the mist, yeah. But anyway, polytunnel also arrived. You'll see pictures of it in the clips that we're just about to show you. This is the frame of it here. As you watch the video, you'll see there's some very large round polycarbonate tubes. That's the actual cover. So yeah, so that's kind of it. Gosh, oh my god, editing is so difficult. Jesus, I so know where Rob was coming from. Editing your own videos is so difficult, so you just have to bear with me. It's difficult to put it all together, and also, you know, make sure it all ties in, and music and everything. Oh my golly, yes. I'm completely with everybody who does it. Gosh, I never realised how difficult it was until I went to edit my own video last week, which Rob helped me do, and this time it's up to me to get it done this week. So here we are. So anyway, yeah, the video I'll let it play, and you can see where we give a bit of an update at the end, just to show you exactly what it looks like. It is an absolutely rotten day. Horrendous day. Drizzle, rain, mist, but it was really heavy with rain. It's not so bad now, so look, we're just going to get on with this polytunnel base. First of all, trailer tires. We got a puncture in the last video, so I just want to change the tires. We bought 2 new tires off Screwfix, so I'm hoping that they'll go on. They were a little bit smaller than the old ones, so I have no idea how good they're going to be, but look, we'll see how we go. So it's just a simple cotter pin holding it on. So I've just popped the cotter pin back in, and that's one done. So we'll just do the other side, and away we go. New wheels on, blocks in. Let's go.
What's happening, Claire?
You're helping me with my levels.
Really? Why?
Because I didn't have them level.
How far were they off?
Oh, not far.
They're off by a mile. In every direction. In, out, up, down. Probably the 4th dimension off in time as well.
Yeah, we won't talk about it.
Okay. Still a bit of a cold there now for some reason. Right, so Claire's just gone off for a walk with her mum. It's her birthday, so why not? And I was investigating, I did a little bit of work on the foundation to her polytunnel yesterday. I was investigating and we don't seem to have much gravel left. I'll show you. Last time we made concrete was probably when we did the kitchen floor, and we seem to have a decent amount of gravel left, but funnily enough I thought this bag was gravel. I thought that was gravel and this was gravel. So I thought I had one bag of sand and approximately between these kind of like 2 tons, 1.5 to 2 tons of builder's gravel. Turns out we only really have probably a half ton of builder's gravel and a ton of sand. So that's not quite enough, I don't think, for what we want to do for the base of the polytunnel. So I'm looking at some of the gravel that I have here, the small stones, a little bit of sand, a little bit of cement dust there, and I kind of feel that I might just line the bottom of this ring beam with that, just so we use less concrete. So I'm just going to take a few buckets, dump it in there, probably do 5 or 6 trips, and we take it from there, see how we go. Back to shoveling. It's quite nice though, it's a nice day. Catch you guys in a minute. Well, I've just done 6 buckets. It's not too bad. Looking down here, this is the only section I don't have rebar for at the moment. It's not bad, sure it's not. So they don't really need to be strong, they don't need rebar. This will not reinforce the polytunnel. These anchors in the ground here, they're going to be what's going to support the polytunnel, and they're going to take all the weight, spread it into the ground, but they're also going to stop it from blowing upwards. This really is just the base that I can assemble the frame, and just a flat surface that I can assemble the frame. I've done 6. I've filled in a fair bit here. I'd say maybe another 6 more I can put in, and it's a very good way to reuse the old concrete, reuse the old stone that's a bit too small for a wall, and just move a bit of the rubble from in front of the kitchen. So I'll take you back, try on time lapse, and see how we're finally getting to clear out this place. Catch you later.
Okay, so this is the base of it. This is where we are. We have a flat base. As you can see, it raises up at one side a little bit more than the other. And then, oh man, I tried to do this, angles were all wrong. But anyway, we got it done and it's there, and that's level now, ready for the tunnel to go on top. So we're pretty excited about that. It's probably not quite dry enough yet to take the form off. So we'll get there with that. But hopefully next week we'll have a tunnel to show you. I hope. I say this now, with everything else going on, I'm not sure how quickly we'll get it up, but hopefully it won't be too difficult. There are a lot of parts of steel parts to put together, but anyway, we'll get there. Because of the height of it, actually, if anybody has any good ideas about steps, clearly going to have to put steps. There is a door at either end, so we'll have to put steps. Rob was suggesting maybe putting a ramp at this side so that we could get a wheelbarrow in. Yeah, we'll just have to work that one out. Last night I went to secure my compost from a local lady just over the road in Skull. So she's pretty much said to me that I can take compost from there. So we really just need to fill up the trailer and get it done. It's well rotted manure, so it's just like, to look at it, looks just like really good soil. So I'm really excited to get that in as well. So of course that has to happen as well. But anyway, and that probably should happen before we put the sides up, because we can get it in now at this stage really easily over the side, without having to negotiate steps or ramps to get the wheelbarrow in. So yeah, that's where we are with that. Yeah, so that's kind of where we are.
Good afternoon from a from a very wet West Cork. It has been very rainy of late. It's New Year's Day. We got most of our trees done yesterday and we were kind of rained out. Today we're hoping to spend the last day, gosh that's yellow, how about that, to spend the last day in the garden just tidying up a little bit. Being the 1st of November and the last day of, sorry, Jesus Christ, the 1st of January and the last day of our holidays. We wanted to put just one more day into the land here before, kind of like from next week, we're going to get back to building. Just wanted to show you what we're up against. Everything is wet. I know, can you see all that drenched? We have a huge puddle in the space where we keep our white goods. We have about 20-ish trees left. We have two ideas for where to put them, but for the most part we've gotten our targets. We laid 3 hedgerows and one large coppicing woodland with 60 trees. We were going to do 2 coppice woodlands with 30 trees each, but there was just so much space down by the road, we did it ourselves. This is kind of my workshop. See my tools and stuff there, and we had a lot of our storage here. I don't know, can you see this? Let's see, maybe I can get my camera out. Get a torch going. There we go. So the roof kind of comes down like this before it goes up. So there is a, I don't know what you call it, like this orange thing is like a gutter, but it's a low point here, so when there's a lot of rain everything just leaks. And everything we had storage here is just destroyed. Everything here is destroyed. Actually, like, we have water going on in the middle of the workshop as well. More leaks here. This is all my freediving gear. everything there. It's destroyed my pizza oven gear. And up here, there's a little bit coming down also on my tools. So this didn't turn out to be the best place for our storage generally. So we really have to sort it out and get everything moved. But we got to do the house first. In order to do the house, we got to just do that final tiny bit of the land. We're also going through a good bit of wood. So in the distance there, through the gate, you can see our wood store in the old calving shed. So we have a bunch of dead trees on the land. I'm going to take a chainsaw, chop them up, leave them out. So maybe Claire might come down later, or I'll come with the lawnmower and trailer. We just collect them and we just start to stack them a little bit. So won't be doing a lot of work today, just a little bit of tidying up before we get going back to the house. I'm going to sharpen my blade on the chainsaw, add some oil, and get a few things ready. And then we head out into the cold and rain. We start to do a little bit of work. This is the rain pouring down. The rain pouring down on all the stuff we have in storage. Smashing, eh? Well, yesterday was a bit of a disaster, really. The weather was horrific, as you kind of saw, hopefully a little bit. And all of our stuff got really destroyed, soaked. Don't know what to do about it. It's all drenched now. It's a nice day today, actually, but there's very little heat in the air. I'm going to take in some things, leave them by the fire. But anyway, yesterday afternoon I tidied up a little bit in the barn, preparing our tools. Now it's a new year, we're going to get back to building fairly soon, but we had some trees that came down the last few storms and we just dumped them in the rain last night after we processed them. It was just soaked. We'll just leave them, the sun will get to them here. And when it gets a bit more sun, we'll stack them in there. We have just some other scrap wood just lying around the place. Some more building supplies, some old wood, old rafters I think. So yeah, the sun will come down to them now in a little bit and we'll stack them. That's what I did yesterday in the rain, got drenched. Torrential rainfall, crazy winds. There's no point even taking you guys out. The camera was just being blown over on the tripod, so I left you in. That not too shabby. Get a bit of welly. So, good morning. Well, good brunch from West Cork. Today we're gonna stay in the garden. It's nice weather. We're gonna take a little bit of a break from the house and do a little bit more work. We're gonna do a compost bin because we're at the point where we want to plant some things. We got no compost. We always had our own compost in the last place. And here we have to buy compost, which ain't ideal. So we've been collecting pallet trucks or pallets from the deliveries we've been getting, and we're putting this is actually a tractor lawnmower, but it's got quite a large engine. I think it's like 25 horsepower, so it does a lot of work, does a lot of pulling. We move heavy things around, railway sleepers and stuff, and it's going to be the perfect size for our use on this place. And here you can see Claire expertly driving along our new hedgerow. I don't think you can see that here, I might show you in a minute, but we planted a living hedgerow here. You can see it just up against this telegraph pole, the hedgerow, straight across. And then what we're going to do here which is straight across here, is we're going to plant the dead hedgerow, and we're going to have maybe a polytunnel or some, I don't know, some other things we'll let you know later in between this dead and this living hedgerow. So that's the idea. And then at the end of the hedgerow we have this space where we started to put the compost bin, but you know, with the house it got in the way. And now we're thinking of making a 3-bay composting station. Can you remember the name of that guy we watched the video on?
No.
You just saw. We saw a very good video this morning about various different composting methods, and we're going to start with this, and then next year we're going to take it a bit more advanced. We'll pause it now as we kind of space things out, and then we'll come back and we'll let you know. So Claire, what's happening? Quick update?
We've been pottering around the garden.
Bit more than pottering.
Okay, so we did our compost bins. You probably saw that. We were building them. And the idea is we just have so much waste, really. No, not so much waste, but we discovered even when we were uncovering all of the loganberries that we put in last year, the amount of grass and weeds that could go into a compost. So we have made our 3-bed compost bin, and now we are just looking at this area. This area was actually an old house before, and now we're thinking maybe we could recover if there's a floor in the bottom of it. It's just full of compost and shrubs. Now there are some nice trees, so I'm not sure how we're going to get them out, but that maybe we could turn it into a sitting area or greenhouse or something a bit more functional. That's the plan.
because we have 12 projects, so we're going to spend the day
12.
seeing if we can get a 13th project.
Yeah, like we don't have enough to do. So that's it for this week. I have been in and out like a flipping yo-yo trying to get this editing right and everything in, and then I forgot to say goodbye. So this is goodbye, and we'll see you next week, hopefully with the polytunnel up, and we have a few more exciting things coming on as well. So bye from me and bye from Rooney.